All right, so today's video, we are back with another Quick Play Warrior series where we watch a Quick Play Warriors Quick Play game, try to guess their rank, watch their rank game, try to guess their rank, and then we'll see if we were right. To give you an idea, this player here has 1,838 hours of unranked and 118 hours of ranked. So, yeah, that's quite the difference there. A lot more Quick Play than ranked. And they say, hello. Long-time listener, first-time caller, mostly via YouTube. I'm fond of the bingos. So am I. I followed the game since its outset in 2016, but didn't start playing seriously until the shift to free-to-play with Overwatch 2, which is now Overwatch. I dabbled in comp to see where I would place, but mostly stayed away while I got my footing and learned the game. When lifeweaver released, I found that his kit really clicked with me, but I would frequently get flamed for picking him in comp, and so mostly stuck to quick play until I felt comfortable with him enough to move to competitive. I dipped in for comp drives, but that was it. This became tougher when hero bans reached the game, and I was frequently target banned by my own teammates to keep me from throwing by playing lifeweaver. With the outset of the new era, some new support heroes released that caught my interest, and I got hooked on Jetpack Cat, giving me a chance to broaden my horizons a bit. In the midst of all this, you introduced a new series that spoke to me, so I figured I could submit a few replays. I do hope you enjoyed them. This is the quick play match first coming up, chat. This one started a bit rough, but we pulled it together. I got ripped apart in the first round, but felt like I managed to position myself a bit better for the following rounds to help push us to a win. I did it, chat. I went a whole intro with ING. I'm a big boy. I'm learning. That was my first intro where I think I did it without any, I did all ING. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It's hard to relearn how to pronounce a word, but I'm trying, chat, okay? So let's watch the lifeweaver game, we'll guess the rank, and then we'll go to the next one after that. Let's do this.
I love a fresh beginning. All that promise.
Okay. Let's see how you play lifeweaver here. Watching the mechanics. Good save on your doom. Would like to see a pedal down. That. Okay, I mean, listen, I said I wanted to see a pedal. I didn't know you were throwing a football across the map. All right. Pedal usage was a bit rough. I would like to see that used more to get high ground for yourself. Like, why not give yourself a vantage point right now? Like, go up on the high ground. You know what I mean? Like, I think you'd be better suited just having a vantage point. Nice pull. Good saves. Also, I've been saying it for a long time. Well, not a long time, but recently more. Lifeweaver's underrated, in my opinion. And also has a bit more damage than people expect nowadays. Again, not going to be your S-tier hero that, you know, some other supports may be nowadays, or even like A-tier. But Lifeweaver, I still think is a little bit underrated. Keep in mind, a little bit. I do think there's some Lifeweaver could struggle in some areas, but does more damage than I think people think. You get your favorite series? So far, like, you're playing fine. I just feel like you're not taking, like, there you go, finally. See, this is what I was trying to say. Like, if you're going to play Lifeweaver, why not give yourself a vantage point that makes sense for yourself here? Like, none of their team's playing high ground, so you don't have to worry about this angle. So you pretty much have, like, free reign to do whatever here. Obviously, the Hanzo can shoot at you, but they can shoot at you here. I'd rather see you kind of separate from your team a little bit. So, yeah. I think you did this because you want to use the tree around the corner in some form. Okay, there you go. As I was saying. But I would like to see you do that in general, because I think that it is good to put yourself at a different, give your team a different look. Like, give their team a different look, if that makes sense. Like, don't all go to the same spot in the same area, because that's easy to follow up on for kills. So, mechanically pretty good, though. Drac, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you, appreciate it, Drac. Thank you, thank you. Okay, still waiting. A lot of just doing the same thing, which again, part of the problem that Lifeweaver does run into is that Lifeweaver sometimes is a bit more of a reactive hero. One thing I will say, what is that? Is that like an animation bug there? One thing I will say with Lifeweaver, like personally, when I play against one, the more proactive Lifeweavers that are involved like all the time, whether it's with a pedal, with damage, with heals, are tougher to play against than if you play a very default static play style. So what I mean by that is, yes, you're doing damage, but like you're doing the same thing. You're going to the same spots. You're doing the exact same. It was a sonic arrow. That makes sense. Yeah, I just lit up a lot more than I thought. You're kind of just doing the same thing. So I want to see,
Shall we do this together?
I don't know, give your teammate a more aggressive pedal. Put yourself, don't sit down on a chair while going back. I mean, you can't touch the point, but the point I'm making is I feel like you're just kind of going to the exact same spots and you're not trying to be proactive with what you're doing. At the same time, I do want to give you credit for doing damage because you're doing the damage. I just want to see you maneuver around more. If your teammates are going to take angles, then you take an angle, right? Next time you pull your teammate, now you have a teammate on an angle. See what I'm saying? So if you set yourself up on a different angle and then you pull your teammate to you because they're not going for you anyway, now your teammate's on the angle for you when you save whoever it is, right? And they're not all going to look at your teammates when you pull somebody away, because when you pull somebody away, they look towards where the pull was, and then your teammates on the other side can now make a play, right? So the point I'm making is that's like what I see from lifeweaver sometimes in like top 500 games where they'll pull you to a different angle from their team, but now you've created two angles, and then your teammate has a better like play going there, right? If they give you that space, of course. Okay, I like you. This pathing's good. Good job. I don't mind this pathing. Okay. Wow, this is something. Yep. Lift your May up. I'm not even joking. All right, save your Bastion. That works too. When I said lift your May up, I meant put a pedal there. Like, put a pedal for your teammates right now. Like, okay, I gotta keep giving this note to people with pedals. And again, you don't have a pedal out, right? Okay. I want to keep giving this note. Your pedal cooldown immediately starts again the moment you put your pedal down. There is no reason, in my opinion, to have no pedals out if it's possible. Like, you can put a pedal right here. They probably won't kill it. I mean, maybe the Reaper's like going for that, but then the Reaper's distracted as an extra target. And then your teammates can utilize that to go up here. And then if your pedal gets destroyed, your pedal will probably be available again. It's the same thing with, I think, Junkrat traps, I think, works the same way. So, like, get that pedal out there. Because if you don't, you're going to basically waste the cooldown. And then when you do use your pedal, now it's on that cooldown when it would already been good to go. All right? So, anyway. The positioning, though, great start.
Perfection at the height of need.
I like your patience on this pull. It's a very tough one to make a decision on. Great save. Again, a pedal for your teammates. Imagine if there was a pedal right there and maybe your Juno goes up in the air with you, and then obviously Juno can do that too, but if you don't have the cooldown, and then next thing you know, you survive it, and you can use the tree if you want to. Good job. Mechanics are looking good, but that was funny. But I do think that your cooldown usage for your pedal has been rough. There we go. I think that's the first pedal we've seen. Nice save. Now look at the cooldown bottom, chat. The pedal is still active, and look at the timing. 5 seconds so you can use pedal again. You ready? 5 seconds so you can use pedal again. Now pedal's available. You see why I'm saying, like, just put it down somewhere as a tool for your teammates? Heck, I've seen people shoot at the pedal, which is a distraction for your team. So, like, that's why I want to see more play from your pedal. Granted, though, excellent play here. You did good movement, good pulls on your teammates, good saves. Excellent job on that side. I have an idea of a guess on a rank, and I'll give my reasoning after this game. And I could be wrong. Nice shots. I mean, that's what else can the Reaper do? I like that save. Good pull. I mean, there's no other play the Reaper can go. You just go off the map. Okay. Yep. All right. I mean, you're doing... I'm sorry, I didn't have anything to comment on. It was just a team fight that went forever. Sorry. Sometimes the team fight just happens and I don't have anything to say. Your team kind of lost the team fight and you're doing the same thing that you normally do. So it's like, that was it. The Reaper fell off the map again. Okay, here we go. The Hog fell off the map now. Well, that's an easy way to retake the map. They must have just... Okay, now I'm curious. I gotta rewind. What happened? Now I'm sorry, segue here. What happened? So you win the team fight. I gotta figure this out. Sorry, chat. Okay, they win the team fight. So this is where y'all go back to spawn. So what happens here after this Doom? Okay. They just fell into the well, not even on purpose.
The odds lean heavy against us.
Well, that's a way to retake the point. Nice job by your team. Well played. Let's go. Heck yeah. Good retake there. How did your team know to run right to the point? Wow, that was awesome. Holy crap, man. That was great. Dude, I was like, all right. You said I hate it when the teams are sweaty and desperate to win. Yeah, are you kidding me? Dude, that was awesome. All right, let's continue on right now. Stat line, let's take a gander here. How you doing? How you doing? All right, good heal and good damage. Pretty on par with everybody else. Yeah, it's just, you gotta test the well. That's a pretty giant well, by the way. You should have been sent in yesterday. I don't even know if that was probably seen. Again, like, your lifeweaver gameplay is, like, fine. Like, it's on. There's one problem that I think you have is that if you can set up on your spot, right, your exact spot that you want to play from, which seems to be very consistent no matter what round you play, you do well. But anytime that your spot is interrupted, it doesn't go as well. And I think that's going to be the problem you're going to run into, is that if you only are, like, able to go to your spots and that's it, that's why I want to see a little bit more of, like, proactiveness of how you maneuver around the map rather than end up in the same spots. Because sometimes it's going to work, sometimes it's not. So, here we go. The rest of you to switch from controller to keyboard and mouse on PS5. Well, wouldn't you be in the PC pool at that point? You can use tree. Good tree. Yep, keeping your teammate alive on point while also keeping your backline alive. Excellent use of your ult. Well played. Yep. You went a little bit too aggro there, but, like, I think it worked out. But, you know, that could be a 50-50 moment. I would like to see a pedal out somewhere in the middle of point. Anywhere. Just, again, to give your teammates an escape or maybe heck up a play from the enemy. So, did that block and pedal? Pedals that block are good. Yes. But I wanted to see it be moved after that. Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree on the pedal block on Hog. Again, I want to point out on the pedal block on Hog, though, I love that that was like a proactive play by you. That's what I mean by being proactive with what you're doing. Sometimes it feels like you get into a very static gameplay loop. And, like, again, most of the really good lifeweavers I've played against have done a really good job. Now, one thing I do want to say, by the way, that you've done a really good job of is understanding how to save your teammates. That proactiveness goes a long way, and I do think when you need to save your teammates, you understand it's time to go for a pull. You're very patient and do a good job of that. So there's a lot of good there, too. But I want to see more of that. I think, like, in order to consistently climb, or you want to keep getting better in that situation, I would like to see a little bit more of a, like, more of that pedal usage, more of maneuver around, like, go around the map more than it's the exact same spot over and over again. Right now, you're kind of doing that. Look at your pedals available again. You want to know why? Because you put your pedal up early. You can use your pedal again. Put your pedal down somewhere. Heck, put your pedal for your May. You can lift your May up. Anything. Good pull. Excellent decision. Nice job. That was just funny. Obviously, try to back away from the Reaper, but, I mean, that was just a funny ragdoll, so that was fun to see. Let's do this.
something for the stick.
Wait. Okay. Yep. Now, like, remember what I said, chat? Remember how I said that the lifeweaver, like, is very comfortable in the spots? Do you notice how the lifeweaver is not pushing up with the team? Like, yes, you can be like the anchor in the back to, like, you know, keep your teammates back, but like you're way too far back right now. I feel like you're playing it too safe. So like that's kind of what I talked about. Is I noticed that when you get to your spots, now you go up there, right? Like now you move up there, but you spent the whole time playing that far back. I understand you want to save your teammates, but they were really far back. So again, it's safe. It's not necessarily bad positioning. I just think that you want to be more proactive. Anyway, I like that idea. Blocking the tree. Now they have to go the other way to the point. Excellent choice. Yep, they're just forced to the point like that. Kiriko got out, though. Good play by Kiriko. Yep. But you're good. I mean, they're forced to go around the tree there, so. Awesome. Looks like you should win that, unless something crazy happens. Like, everybody jumps off the map into the well randomly. No, good. Good job. So yeah, before we go to the rank game here, what I will say is mechanics are looking good. You have a lot of good plays. I do think you play a little bit too safe sometimes. And again, it's not necessarily a bad thing for lifeweaver, but I do think that the really good lifeweavers I've seen are just a little bit more proactive. Now, if I had to guess the rank, I'm actually going to guess lower than the rank will probably end up being. I think that safe play might end up putting you Plat 1, possibly into Diamond 5. That's my ranges right now. Plat 1 to Diamond 5. I want to see how this game goes next because we're going to see Jetpack Cat and Lifeweaver, and it's going to be on Numbani, so it could be a very interesting take on how things go, but I think Plat 1 or Diamond 5 is where I'm going to start with, but if I wanted to lock in an answer, I'm going to go with Plat 1. So if you wanted me to be like super like down to the T accurate, I do think that the safe gameplay sometimes on Lifeweaver could lead to relying too much on having to go into heal bot mode when there's moments, like, again, you didn't have to do that in this game, but we also just watched a Roadhog and a Reaper fall into the well, and then they lost a point. You see what I'm saying? So, like, there's a lot that you're doing right, but I wonder if when you need to be more proactive, if you're going to do that, and I guess we're going to find out in this rank game on Numbani. Watch. For this one, I will read the description that was given, and we have a full rank game of Numbani, so it'll be nice to see where this goes. So, Jetpack Cat to start. And just for the placement match information, it says we started out strong on attack, and I took advantage of being able to play Jetpack Cat to coordinate with our tank for a few good plays. Things were a bit rougher on defense, and our overall coordination dissolved into a more chaotic hold. All right, so let's see what happens, chat. Even like Reaper could be a good starter hero sometimes. All right, well, that was a rough start. Diva went in, you went back, but I think you were going back for your teammate or something. We'll just chalk that off as like an unlucky start or a scuff start. So with Cat, you want to fly into the air a lot. Make sure you're utilizing your movement. By the way, I do want to point something out to people on Jetpack Cat. If you watch really good Jetpack Cats right now, you don't have to fly people around the map all the time. Like, sometimes you want to use it for the right moments and not just use it to use it. Just to point that part out. Okay? It's okay to go in for like a... Yeah, there you go. I was going to say, it's okay to go in for like a melee run like that or something. That was a good play. Jetpack Cat can utilize that very, very well. You're good. Stay with your Diva. Stay with your Diva. You're fine for now. What a res. What? Must have been like underneath the map part. No shift on Reaper. I like you going for the team. Good movement. Is it the feed glitch? Oh, the kill feed glitch? I know. Apparently, they should be fixing it for mid-season, I hope. I mean, I hope. Okay, still watching. Yep. I mean, so far, again, it's a lot of... You're not... Yeah, I don't think you're playing bad. Maneuvering around the map. I'm a little bit concerned sometimes that you kind of look away from everybody else in their team, but overall, it's pretty good. You can get the BAP. Yep, bring your BAP back. This is the moments where I would use the pull your teammates back much more, like this. Good job. All right, you have the opportunity to go for a ultimate off the map right to your right up there. I would say utilize that the moment you see an opportunity. Oh, yeah, no, I know you could do that, yeah. Oh, but bit of a note, people have been asking what this means on the bottom recently. That is the sub-roll passive. What that means is that once you finish your ultimate, you'll have 15% more L charge. It goes up to 25%. It's because some heroes, you have to play a little bit safer sometimes in how you utilize your abilities and cooldowns. How you utilize your ultimate. I mean, I like the idea right there, but if a Rhine shield's there, it will block your play. You need to go behind that Rhine who's just holding their shield up. But anyway, that's what that means, is that basically that's the extra L charge you get, because like sometimes you might need to save beat for a certain player. On Ana, you need to save for Nano. So that's why they put a lot of those heroes that need to save your ultimate for something to give you an opportunity to build more L charge. For the perk, by the way, I think the Scratch one is the best one right now for Jetpack Cat. Honestly, I wouldn't doubt it if they eventually move that one to the major perk to go with the other one, because the AoE heal one is also like almost a necessity, unless I'm misremembering the other major perk. Okay. You said the Cat gameplay is worse than the lifeweaver gameplay from earlier? Well, that's, of course, like, Cat is still new, though, right? Like, you'd expect that. If somebody has a lot of experience on one hero, then it's not going to be as clean as the other hero, at least usually, right? Obviously, you know, pro players might have a different approach on that because of just being extremely good, but yeah, one thing you're doing, by the way, don't be afraid to assist like your Diva more and be with your Diva more. You're defaulting to that safe playstyle again that you actually do on Lifeweaver. Sometimes you do a good job of being aggressive, and sometimes you kind of just isolate away and kind of put yourself in like a spot. Now, I think there's a little bit more wiggle room that like where you're okay with doing that, but I think sometimes you could be up there with your Diva and be like just like a two-person wrecking crew. You know what I mean? Dude, if I was that baby Diva, I would ask you to lift me off the map. Right there. Straight up. Like, okay, I gotta talk about that for a second. If I'm baby Diva right there, I'm gonna be real with you, don't save me. I'm serious. Because I would rather reset on the cart or have a chance to get my suit back right away than to fall back all the way here and have to spam my pistol. Because what could happen is they could run right up there and kill you, and that's it. And then you're just dead. You're done for at that point. So, yep. Yep. Again, you're defaulting to a safe play style. Look how long the Diva, by the way, the baby Diva had to accept the grab. That is true, but sometimes I think that interaction right now is like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel obligated to take the lifeline one because I think there's some type of play. So I agree with the aspect that the Diva shouldn't take that. But also, like, I don't make it a part of, I don't know, maybe I don't know, I guess it's a difference of opinion, but don't make it a part of, like, your gameplay to constantly try to save a baby Diva, like, right when they get demech'd in front of their team. I don't know, maybe it's a difference of opinion. I'd rather just get my mech back and respawn, or get my mech back sooner, because, like, I think the time that it took the Diva to get the mech back was about the amount of time your Diva would have been spawned up, and all that happened was your team wasted that amount of time waiting up front, thinking there was going to be a team fight, and then eventually it ended. But, again, that's a small note, and it's also just personal preference. So, maybe there's Divas that do want to be, you know, taken all the way back there, so. Yep. Kuro, thanks for the prime sub. Thank you. Okay, here we go. So, my recommendation next time is to not give them a free high noon in the air. That goes to track and ultimates. I respect the effort. That was great, though. I love that you went for that. I'm honestly surprised you didn't get more like people on your team killed with that high noon. I was gonna say that could have gone even way worse. That could have been like a team wipe. Okay. So. Yeah, that's my streamer name. Yes. Okay. And to the people asking about Cassidy, too, and all that, like, Cassidy's just play a good mid-range, hit your shots, and you'll be in a good spot. Remember, just know your fall-off damage on Cass. Yeah, I mean, same thing here on Cat. Like, this is what I'm talking about. You notice how you're going into the backline with your Tracer? Remember when I said, like, being like a two-person wrecking crew in the backline with, like, your Diva? Same concept goes there. Like, that's things you can do a lot of. Whenever I play against a good Cat, a lot of that's what happens is the Cat kind of goes in for those runs with, like, a DPS or a tank, and then that gets out of there really quickly, can have an option to save the tank if things get kind of like too much damage, and then you also get free kills. So I want to see a little bit more of that. Good kill. Yes, we don't know the rank yet because this is the Quickplay Warrior series. Yeah, go for the Ana. Why not? Yeah, you get the kill with your team. There you go. Good job. Again, you weren't necessarily there in the right time, but like you did that play. Now stick with your team. You don't even need to go to cart right now. Like 3 on cart, like, so sometimes I think there's a decision making you have to make of like when do you do 3 on cart. Obviously they have a lever, which sucks for them, but like if you have 3 on cart, this is the moment where you don't need to do that. Now go back to get your teammate is fine, but yeah, basically what I'm trying to get at is you don't need to put 3 on cart if they're going to be able to retake it anyway. You want to prioritize map control and getting back into the team fight. So, big slam. I don't know. Can your Diva activate that if they're shattered? I don't know how that works. You can take the Rhino off the map if you get to get on the other side of the shield, though. You took the AoE heal perk. By the way, chat, this perk selection, unless I'm misremembering the perks, I feel like is the S tier perk selection for Jetpack Cat. The AoE heal that does a lot of damage. On top of that, the melee that basically is just a really good like damage increase. Ultimates are a little bit rough. Also, that was extremely unlucky on the timing. The ultimate should be a little bit more. Don't go for like super long range ones sometimes, unless like you have a direct plan that you know they're going to rotate a certain one. Like you don't make as much noise in the air that you think you do. You're kind of like silent when you just float around, not when you're like using your fuel button there. Good heals. Now you would want to AoE heal this, yes, because when they do damage you'll do damage, yeah. Okay. Good heals. Should be good. Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna... Sucks their team. Oh, they just came back in time. They had a lever. Yeah, they got like they didn't like have a, like I guess they got like DC'd or unlucky on that, but yeah, they're back now. Okay, let's see how you're on lifeweaver. So we have a little bit of basis to go off of your previous lifeweaver gameplay. So we'll see how it goes on defense. Here we go. Did you hope they don't nerf Cat too much? Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do for nerfs. We'll have to see. Maybe mid-season we'll have something. All right, here we go. I'm ready.
In the flow. Some healing.
Okay. Oh, a pedal is used. I like it. You can save your teammate. Oh. That's just unlucky. You went for the right play. You went for the right play there. It just didn't go as planned.
Something for the sting.
That just feels bad. Okay, I like the more proactiveness here on the Mercy. Nice job. Yep, good save. Try to back away if you can. This is still a rough spot for you. But you tried. I did like that you maneuvered around the map. Honestly, kind of unlucky you didn't get that pull on your tank, because I feel like if you did, that might change the whole team fight, because they're going to be on the high ground and they can't really follow up like that. So that's just like an unfortunate timing.
The payload is advancing. Hardly ideal. Feeling better.
Yeah, you don't need to pull. Not yet, at least. They're fine. Yep. I don't know. It's a lot of like... Yeah, you're just stuck having to run around the map. Your team hasn't settled yet, so it's been rough. Yeah, you gotta die in cart. You just gotta die in cart. You can't stagger. Yeah, this is... If you get out, I can say, yeah. Just die in cart. You would have been better off either dying on cart or running off the map right away. That indecisiveness, that you got to fix that, because I feel like you just die in cart and hope for the best and hope your team gets back in time. You end up kind of staggering, and now you're on third point and have to hold for 5 minutes. This could be a tough hold. Yeah, I know why I didn't use tree. Because, like, it's still not, like, a guaranteed team fight win. So, this is... Your team's getting snowballed. You got to save your... Yep, don't leave... Yep, you made the right play. Because you don't want to leave that up for chance. Ultimates are... You're good on ults. I mean, they've used every ultimate. Now it's about trying to sustain your team. Good job. Ramatra's being aggressive. I like it. Be ready to pull your Ramatra if they get too low. But you're fine. They should be fine. Yep, you're set. I would have liked to see you try to save them still. Because, like, why not? That gives you that, like... Gives your teammates the confidence you can play in that one spot the whole time without having to worry about it when their Ryan comes back. So we'll see. Yep. All right, you heard a Reaper. Yep. There they are. Okay, good job. They res, save your teammate. Yeah, I get it. I don't love the ultimate, to be honest with you, but I get it. I saw what you saw. Like it was, that was like your team kind of, the way they played that was, I'd rather you use it than not. It was one of the okay options there. Wait, did it happen again? No way. 1 second. Or is that just... Dude, there's no way. Did it happen? It did? Look it!
Careful.
Yeah, so this is a spot we saw one day. You can get stuck here, chat. You get stuck here as Mercy. There's been something that's happening recently where Mercies are getting stuck in walls. See? So what was wrong with that? It's not that. The truth is, there's nothing like necessarily wrong with that ultimate. It's more along the lines of, I wish you didn't have to use your ultimate there, is basically what I'm getting at. Like, it's based off of the kill feed and what was happening. If the team just like regrouped that correctly, you don't have to use the ultimate. But instead, everybody kept going, so you were forced to use an ultimate. It's just one of those, like, I get it. I just wish they didn't have to use the ult. Because, like, it's too much of a risk to not use it there with the critical HP they had, but it could have been solved by just backing up slightly on the team. So, that's it. But yeah, no, this is a spot you can get stuck at. We saw one on Dorado. Yeah, so that's funny that we're seeing it more and more. I think it has to do something with the Mercy hitbox, because I see it happen in the Mercy the most. See? Like, it's just, you're stuck in the wall. You can't, you're just stuck there, so. Anyway. Hi, buddy. I love you. Good boy. Yeah. Okay. All right, good job. Big yawn, buddy. Got stuck in a random spot. What did they change the map? They changed something about I want to say about 6 months ago, the maps. I started doing that a lot more. Good save. Yep. Now, if you want to get a little bit, I don't know if again, this is just a little bit of like a tip that I've seen used before. If the Rhine doesn't have, or if the Rhine has charge, don't be afraid to debate that pull. Now, I understand after that first point why you would be hesitant on waiting for that pull, but don't be afraid there to maybe debate a Rhine charge and then pull the Ramatra away. Either way is a fine play. I'm just saying there is a fun counterplay you can do where like you let the Rhine waste a charge to put him out of like position while also pulling your teammate back, and now you've created extra space. But that's a small decision that I mean, you made a fine play. And this is just a note, even if your Ramatra ults, don't be afraid to pull him back if he's gonna die. I'd rather your Ramatra survive that than an extra 3 damage and a reset. So, good job. Lifeweaver gameplay is good. I mean, mechanics are there. It's now gonna be decision making. More pedals I'm noticing, by the way. Like your Quickplay game, you didn't utilize your pedals as much, but when I watch you play, I'm seeing more pedals. No, they definitely don't heal bot. No, there's this. Even in the Quickplay, they don't heal bot. The issue they run into is they play static sometimes, but even on this map, I'm seeing less of that, so it's very nice to see.
I can hear you here.
Yeah, I mean, you should have fallen back sooner, and your Ramatra should have fallen back sooner. That was like a 2-way street in that one. Yep. Yep. This is a toughie because I know you probably wanted to maybe hit that button to ult, but you made the right choice. Looking at your teammates' ultimates, ooh, you're going to have to save Tree for Blade. Oh, I hope they don't force you to use it here. Oh, nice job. Very well played there. Okay, watching the right side. Excellent save. Good reaction, good play. And now you're down to a minute. I mean, it's been 5.5 minutes. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you're going to be able to help your teammate there in that situation, even with that lifeweaver tree, because they're going to be shattered for a little bit. I would have recommended just saving that. Like, it's a weird spot, but I understand why. What I would have actually recommended, why not pedal your teammate up? Why not pedal your teammate up, then use the tree? If they kill your teammate, is what it is, right? There was a chance they were going to die to it anyway, which they did. So why not just throw a pedal at them? Unless the cooldown wasn't there. Let me double check just so I'm not giving you BS there. Let me see.
60 seconds.
Yeah, you had a pedal available. So like when this shatter happens, just go for a pedal and hope for the best. Maybe that buys you the time you need. Yep. Like I get the tree being popped there, but I do think that it was like, that was going to be a tough one. I'd rather just see you save it for like the upcoming team fight. But yeah. Yeah, good play. That Reaper is right there. Good kill. Never mind, no one got the kill.
My ultimate is charging. 30 seconds.
Is it a tough pedal angle? Oh no, like, don't get me wrong. Like, there's a chance you throw that pedal and it lands back here, and you bounce it off of this, or it hits like a random wall and goes up in the air. But the point I'm making is I just don't think the tree would have been... The only way that tree would have saved them is if you put the tree here, right? You see what I'm saying? You put the tree here to cut off like the Rein from killing your teammate. But if you put the tree here, which is what the reaction was, then the Reinhardt can still kill through that. That's kind of what I'm getting. Like, that's why, like, either you put the tree here or you go for like a home run pedal and hope for the best. It just ended up being a good shatter by Rein, and like some plays you just can't save. So you try to like, I don't know. It's all I guess a difference of like play style. I just would prefer saving the tree for like the next 20 seconds. So. And the Ramatra was flanking. Now, I don't think you had that vision, but the Ramatra would have cleaned up the kills anyway. Yeah. Oh, heck yeah, Pear. Hopefully that Diva advice will help you. And like I said, you got this. So, yeah. And there you go. You got the win. So, first of all, good job. Overall, like, I feel like your mechanics are there. You have great mechanics. I mean, 2,000 hours of quick play is showing. So mechanics are good. I feel like it's hard for me to like sit there and like overly criticize your gameplay. Like your gameplay is solid, right? Like you're not doing too many mistakes. I think your number one problem is that just sometimes you just play too safe sometimes. And like honestly, from the Ilios we watched to the Numbani I just watched, I feel like I saw it more from you. Like the way that you were playing, the way you were maneuvering around the map, like all of that was much better. So I would like to see you use your pedal more. I really do think you're missing out on some cool pedal plays. And outside of that, I mean, like the gameplay was solid. You use your damage, it was good lifeweaver gameplay for the most part. But obviously pedal usage, couple decision-making moments, like, realizing when like your tree can't save somebody. But overall, it was good play for Jetpack Cat. You just got to learn to be more of a flanker with like your Tracer or like your Diva and play that way because you have the ability to bounce back and forth. I think you'll get more kills and more value that way. So just something to kind of work on with that one. I'm going to stick with my guess. I'm going to go with Plat 1. The reason I'm going to go with Plat 1 is this. I don't think mechanically they're in Plat 1. I don't. But watching that game and seeing the comp that was being ran on that map, it's going to be either Plat 1 or it's going to go into that Diamond range. There could be a world where it's Diamond 3, but I figured why not stick with my guess because I think that like if I just go, Diamond 5, then I'm just kind of put in the middle. So I'm just going to stick true with my guess with Plat 1 and we'll see if I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, hey, great. You're better than we expected on that one. And if I'm right, then cool. Either way, the rank is Plat 4. There you go. Plat 4. And in placements, they went 6 and 4. Now, remember, after placements, you'll probably get a bit of a burst, hopefully. But yeah, Plat 4, there you go. So I think you're better than Plat 4. Straight up. I think you're better than Plat 4. So, yeah. Good job on getting those placements done. You won more than you lost when you don't play that much ranked. Good games. Good job. Mechanics are there. If you keep playing ranked, you'll climb, I think. So, you got this. You absolutely got this. If you like the video, make sure to the like button, subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't, leave a comment. All that helps. You want to submit your own Quick Play Warrior or any of our series, my Discord is where to do that. And outside of that, if you want to watch more of these Quick Play Warrior videos and you like this concept, it's going to pop up another one. See if we got that one right. With that being said, I hope you have an amazing day/night.